Hi everyone, welcome to 13 Nights of Fright and to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Racquel. Hi. From now until Halloween, I'm going to be uploading spooky shorts. These are like 10 to 20 minutes long, just to get into that Halloween spirit and to get me uploading again. If you would like to be notified when my spooky content does come out, please make sure that you are subscribed and that the notification bell is on. All right, so today's tale is about the shoe tree in Michigan, or shoe trees in Michigan. It is a Michigan urban legend, and I would like to get into it with you. So if you want to hear this spooky little phenomenon, please make sure grab a blanket, maybe your drink of choice. Mine's a Red Bull today. Light a candle, maybe some sage, and let's get into this video. So all around Michigan, there is a phenomenon called shoe trees. It popped up, I think, somewhere in the 60s, and there's been a lot of them. I think there are over like 15 or 20 of them. And what they are is like shoes of all different sizes and shapes just hanging off of branches. Each town has their own urban legends around these shoe trees, and each town claims that that is the original shoe tree. So the original shoe tree is hard to pinpoint. Some of the legends around this include child killers or murderers and them throwing the shoes up into the tree um, to come back and, like how serial killers have trophies. Other legends are about people throwing in them up there to kind of mock and make fun of the whole shoe tree legend. Other legends around this tree are that they throw them up there to let everyone know that this is drug territory or gang territory. Another urban legend about that is that they throw the shoes up in the tree because it's prime spot for human trafficking. So, I have found a couple of articles online that have spooky tales about the shoe trees. And the first one that I would like to get into is the Walled Lake shoe tree. Okay, so this first article I found I did not write this article. This is on Legends of Michigan website. And this article was pretty interesting and kind of spooked me a little bit because I live around the area, and also I've heard of the legend. I've read some articles on it, um, but the Wild Lake shoe the Wild Lake shoe tree and the legend of the child killer. This seems to be the gist of the urban legend and also its possible internet origin. Okay, so the Wild Lake shoe tree. The shoe tree was on 13 Mile Road in Novi, a quarter mile from Wild Lake, and on the site of the old Wild Lake amusement park. A child killer, the infamous Wild Lake child killer, kidnapped the children from the park and buried their bodies in a nearby field around the tree. He threw their shoes into the tree. When the many dangling shoes were investigated, the bodies were found, but the killer was never caught. If you went to the field at night, you could see and hear the clumps of tall grass moving around you, and you could hear the children cry for their mothers. Witnesses report distinctly hearing audible cries. The cries were not distant, but from just a few feet away. As you walked to where the cries came from, they seemed to move around. Not moving further away, just around. Sometimes back to where you were just standing. Just walking by the field can make your hair stand on end. The land was developed within the past couple of years. A subdivision now stands on this land, but the field that was on the south side of 13-Mile Road between Meadowbrook Road and Decker. The amusement park was later closed down, not because of the murders, but because it rested on an old Indian burial ground. And that to me is pretty interesting. And that to me sounds like something I would like to go investigate, me being a psychic. So let me know in the comment section below if you want to see me investigate this. I kind of want to just go out there and feel the land. I know that there is a subdivision built over it, so I don't know where I have to scope out the area first, but if that's something you're interested in seeing me do, please make sure you write it in the comment section below. But Indian burial ground sounds spooky enough. Hate prank callers. They're scary too. It was where Novi Road, 13-Mile Road, and South Lake Drive all meet right on the lake. And the fact that it's on the lake, and I know there's a lot of lakes around there and there's underground streams, those are portals to the other side. So just by walking by this area, it wouldn't surprise me if sensitive people to spirit activity would have their hair stand on end and stuff like that, or pick up something. The Walled Lake Public Library made this statement many years ago. This was posted by the library staff in March 19th, 2005. Stories about the shoe tree abound throughout the land, and thanks to the internet, one particular shoe tree has taken root in Walled Lake. Several people have come to the library seeking more information about the Walled Lake child killer, but thankfully, this shoe tree story is simply not true. It was perhaps inspired by the still unsolved murders of 4 children that took place in Oakland County over a 13-month period in 1976 through 1977. In those cases, none of the children were from Walled Lake, and the bodies were found in Livonia, Franklin Village, Troy, and Southfield, but that's still Oakland County, and Walled Lake, well, Livonia is Wayne, but I know a lot about the Oakland County child killer. It was one of the first true crime stories that I did investigate since I live in Oakland County. So if you would like me to make a video on that, like a true crime video on that, please let me know in the comment section below as well. So what this appears to be is that people think that this tree is hoaxed, like there was no Walled Lake child killer. But for the simple fact, if it is true, if it is an Indian burial ground, then the people with the eyewitness reports of hearing cries and the feelings that you get, that could very well be true. So they could be thinking that this is the original shoe tree, and instead of taking into consideration that the spiritual activity might actually be because it's an Indian burial ground. Here's a list of shoe trees around the state. So this list goes on to have I think 20. Where to go? So this one is the one that my husband took me to, because I didn't know about this legend until my husband told me about it. A post on roadsideamerica.com noted that there is a shoe tree on 6 Mile Road. Apparently, the tree branches with shoes had been cut down, but as of December 6, 2008, pictures showed the tree was back in full bloom. I've heard that South Lyon residents will say that this tree was the original shoe tree and not the one in Novi. So very interesting. Which leads me to further believe that maybe the one in Novi, the reason why got Walled Lake, the reason why I got such a reputation is because it was on top of an Indian burial ground. So somebody thought, oh well, let me just throw some shoes up here. That's what I'm thinking. But like I said, I really want to go out there and investigate, and if you guys want me to, I will. Okay, so here is a submission from a reader, and of this art of Michigan, of this website. I was in high school in 1990 to 1994. We always heard of a shoe tree on 8 Mile Road west of Beck in Northville. So one Friday night, I drove in one car and a friend drove in another with 3 passengers in each to see if this story was true. The story went like this. So this is the legend around their shoe tree. There was a crazy man who lived in a house with a big yellow smiley face on the garage door. If you went past his house and the door was shut, he was killing someone in the garage. If the door was open, he was looking for someone to kill. Then he threw the shoes up in the tree, which was on 8 Mile Road. So that is pretty interesting. Kind of want to investigate that. The road itself at the time was very narrow and it was a dirt road. The trees overhung at night and looked very scary. We went that Friday night looking first for the house and found no garage door with a smiley face. Although some people's doors were open, we continued on 8 Mile and came across the shoe tree. There were hundreds of shoes in the tree, which wilted severely over the road due to the weight. We thought it was cool, so we continued driving on the road. About a mile later, we saw a garage door with a smiley face on it. Interesting. I remember saying, "There it is," and the girls in the back started screaming. I stopped the car to let the other car know, as the garage was set back a ways. So he stopped his car in front of this house. How creepy is that? I mean, if you were in a house and you had a car stopped in front of your house and they were looking at your house, I mean, that's creepy on the other end too. But on their end, I don't know. The legend being that there was a garage door with a smiley face and all of a sudden they find one with a smiley face. They all got out to look. Oh, so they got out of their cars. We thought it was cool and decided to go home, as many of the girls were scared. We continued driving west on 8 Mile, looking for a road to turn around on, but never came across one. So I decided to turn around in a long dirt driveway. I drove about 100 feet back, stopped the car, and put it in reverse to turn around. Just then we saw huge spotlights turn on from behind the house of the driveway where we were hanging out at. My friend in the car of the house of the driveway we were in, they started moving towards us. My friend in the car behind turned around fast, but I had to wait for him to drive away before I could turn around. I finally turned around and those bright lights were right on us. It was 2 big trucks with spotlights on top of the hood. My friend turned one way out the driveway and I turned the other. The 2 trucks both split as well, so one was following each of us. I had a little Ford Escort. My friend had a Taurus Show and he got away fast, although the truck chased him for about 15 miles. The truck chasing us eventually caught up with us after going through a red light and cut us off. A large man got out of the car and came up to my window. He tapped on it with his flashlight. "What are you guys doing in our driveway?" Me. "Nothing. We were just got lost and were looking for a place to turn around and thought that was a road." Okay, so I'm thinking the driveway. You ever see those driveways that are really, really, really long? It looks like a road, but it's actually a driveway. I'm thinking that's what it was. He looked at each person in the car. "Don't ever," and then it says explicitive, so he cussed at him, "come back there again." I'm guessing it's saying don't ever fucking come back here again is what I'm guessing. And then he said, me, no problem. It was 2 hours later that we finally met up with the other car and both told our stories. We never went back there again. One girl actually told the story as a speech in a high school speech class, and the story can be verified by people from Facebook. Now that area of 8 Mile is all built up with houses and a golf course. I know myself and the others in the car will never forget the shoe tree story. So that's kind of creepy. And it makes you wonder, with that smiley face being on the garage, were the people like that lived at that house, or did they do that to deter people away, or were they really like that and they just let these people go because they were already killing somebody in the garage? Ooh. So that's just one of the many stories around the shoe tree. But there are so many different shoe trees. Here's another one. I grew up near 6 Mile Shoe Tree. The name mistaken for 8 Mile. Oh, it's actually on a road going north-south, not east-west. It's between Salem, South Lyon, and Whitmore Lake. Okay. Is this a... No, it's not a story. I thought it was a story. But anyways, so whether that is true or not, it's still a creepy thing. I mean, when you're driving and you see a tree that's full of shoes and you just get that ominous and eerie feeling, you gotta wonder how those shoes got up there. Are the people dead? Or did they just throw them up there because they wanted to make their mark? I don't know, you guys. Let me know. I personally, my theory is that there was one original shoe tree, and I do feel like it had an ominous undertone to it, and then people just ran with it, and they created so many different shoe trees around Michigan that it probably is now hoaxed. So, you never know if you're going to the right one. But that's all I have for you today. I hope you like the story about the shoe tree, and if you would like me to investigate the site of where the old Walled Lake amusement park used to be, because it's no longer there, but you want me to investigate and see if it really is an actual Indian burial ground, if I can pick up anything walking through there, let me know in the comment section below. And if you would like me to do a true crime story on this channel about the Oakland County child killer, please let me also know in the comment section below. Until then, I hope you have a very spooky and happy week. Please take care of yourselves, please take care of each other, and I will see you in my next upload. Bye!